Hello everyone, Green Gemini here, and welcome to the first episode of our hotel build. In this episode, I'm going to get our lobby set up and get it decorated. I decided to go with the time-lapse because I thought it was going to take a little while, and sure enough it did. It took about an hour to get this completed. Right now, you're looking at me trying to find exactly where the center of this land plot is, so we figured that out. We can only go so far from edge to edge on either side. We have to leave room for at least one tile. From there, I'm going to get the main building built up, which of course I kind of forgot to do the two-story here, so had to go in and delete the delete the second floor there, but you know, that's okay. That's alright. Alright, so with this build, right now we're going to go ahead and set up the offices. Even though this is mostly going to be a hotel build, we still have to have a cash vault, we still have to have storage, and that kind of thing. And that's mostly because the customers can come in here and they can use their casino cash that they've gotten from another casino in our area and use it here in the building. Also going to set up a couple of slot machines and stuff like that, small little gaming areas just to keep the guests entertained. Okay, now that we've got all of that set up, we're going to go ahead and take a look at where our center area is that we've lined out there. And we're going to go and get our reception area built up. Go ahead and get this lined out, reception desk put in there with our little staff door. Alright, so with every great casino, everyone knows that if you need to have a really nice entrance, okay? Curb appeal is the best thing for a casino. So spending a little bit of time here on the outside, trying to figure out, you know, moving the zones around, getting the deliveries moved over to the left, right where the storage area is, putting the drop-off pickup zone over to the right, and then we're going to create a little area around that kind of gives us that we're going to be dropped off here and then walk through a really cool outside area, you know, get some nice decor in here so people go, ooh, ah. Okay, that's just, you know, how I think of it being, right? And then the garbage zone, I've decided to, instead of having it right next to the curb, I'm going to put it back off into the left here on the right-hand side of the building, and then kind of hide it a little bit with some bushes and some trees and stuff like that. Just because, you know, the last thing anyone wants to see is a lot of garbage that people have gotten rid of. It's just, you know, an eyesore. So that's what we're going to do right here. So a couple things that I really love and enjoy about this game is that there's a lot of customization, there's a lot of different abilities that you can do with it. And even like right now with the windows that we're putting in, I want to make sure we have a lot of windows in here, right? We want to make sure there's a lot of natural light coming into this building because it's our main lobby, you know? You want to be able to have it bright and shiny and make it look very appealing to everyone. Now, the outside of the building, don't say anything in the comments yet about the color. I'm getting ready to change it here in a little while, so you'll see that happen. I wasn't too fond of it myself. I liked it at first, but then, you know, I rethought it and said, no, that's just not going to work. But you can kind of see how we've got the windows going in there. We've got a lot of symmetry going on with the windows. Love it. Now from here, we went ahead and did a little research, unlocked the elevators and stuff like that. We're going to go ahead and get the wallpaper in for the main lobby area. And then as we're going through looking at this, I thought to myself, you know what? If we're going to do this, then we might as well go ahead and add a balcony into here. And the balcony is going to be, I love it. I absolutely love it. We're working on a little bit of symmetry here when it comes to the fountains and stuff like that. We want to make sure that they're, you know, back and forth as far as they need to be, because we're going to build some things around it. We've got the balcony. When that goes in, you're going to see to where you select your floor. You will go and put it up against the wall. You'll make sure you're on the second level. There you go. Make sure it's up against the wall, and you see the little green piece that was hanging down there. That is how you ensure that the floor level will be for your second floor. Now, we also put a fence in there. Next thing that I'm going to work on, obviously here, is the lighting for the outside. I swear I had a lot of this scripted out, and then I don't know just what happened to it. So bear with me here. I don't do a whole lot of time lapses, okay? So it's going to take some time to get used to doing this. So now that we're done with all that, we're going to start working on the elevator shaft area. That's what we've got going on here. So again, using that center area that I had started with that turf that's right there, and then building up the elevators, making sure that it's even, symmetrical, and then we're going to open this up. We're going to go ahead and start figuring out, you know, how we're going to go up to that next level here. Alright, so now that we're in here on the second floor, we're going to get it opened up. We're going to start going through, making sure all the walls match, and then we'll take some time and we'll get some seating and everything put into this this balcony area that we have. You know, using the cloning tool, copy and paste the stuff that we've got in there. And then next, after this, we're going to add some columns in under the floor to make it look like, I mean, obviously, you know, you can't just have a floor floating there, right? So you want to make sure that you get some columns underneath there to make it look like that those columns are holding up that balcony. Now, you can view it from the second floor and everything, but when you go to put the columns in there themselves, you actually have to make sure you go down to the first floor, put the column right underneath that area that you need it to be. So just kind of remember how many pieces out you are from the wall, and then go from there and counting on where your columns are actually going to go. Alright, so here we go with just filling in these areas around here with some extra seating. And this is where your copy-paste tool comes in really handy when it comes to looking at the colors that you have for the couch, right? So if we want everything to match, then up in the upper right-hand corner of your template there, you have the copy button, then you can select the couch and then paste. Select the paste button that's right there too, or open the designer tool up and click on the actual clipboard itself. Now the next thing that I'm working on right here, this is something that I really love, and I'm going to utilize a lot of these terraces throughout this entire hotel. So right here we have all of our offices, and on top of it, instead of leaving it blank, I put a door in, and then I've opened the area up, put a little fence around it. We'll put some seating down here in a second. And we're going to have this nice little area outside for people to come up and be able to hang out outside up here on the terrace in the lobby area. Alright, so I started going through, started doing some looking around, and I'm trying to make sure that, everything's kind of lining up right. And then I wanted to add some seating in front of the elevators right there and realized that my wall was one spot too far. So with the escalators where they were, just kind of move the wall back one, and then we're going to create a little indent right there, throw in some decorations, and then we'll throw in some benches and seating alongside there so that people can sit down, they can wait for the elevators and everything if they want to, or they can just sit and relax, wait for their friends to come down from their rooms, however they want to, whatever you want to pretend of what's happening right here. Alright, so the last thing that we're going to be working on here is we're going to be working on the hallways and getting that started for how we're actually going to be able to navigate to the rooms that we have. And then I'm also going to get this little space here that's under the balcony. Let's throw some seating in there and get that filled in. Alright, and there we have it. Our lobby is now, for the most part, complete. There might be some things that we throw in there a little bit later on. There might be maybe like some paintings and stuff like that that probably need to go onto the walls. The walls are a little bit bare. But for the most part, we are good with our hotel lobby. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this little time lapse here with our build. Next, we'll get into the rooms and everything. But that is all I have for you guys today. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, go ahead and subscribe. Hit the notification bell to get notified when I upload videos. Thank you so much for watching, everyone, and I'll see you next time.